Live 5 News starts now with breaking news.
Right now, we continue with coverage of two breaking news stories happening here in the Lowcountry. First, Karina Bolster live in downtown Charleston, where a woman was shot today and the suspect arrested.
But first, we're going to send it to Colby Satterfield at Station 27 on Sullivan's Island. Federal agents and hazmat crews are warning people there not to check their mail after a suspicious powder was found on several mailboxes. Colby?
Yeah, Debbie, I just talked to the mayor about 20 minutes ago. The mayor of Sullivan's Island, he says they've been running tests on that powdery substance, but tells me so far it's not turned up to be anything severe, but said that they do have more testing to be done. I'm going to flip it around. It's going to glitch for a second. You can see there are still a lot of crews here on scene. And Debbie and Bill, I just talked to the mayor about 20 minutes ago, and he says FBI, hazmat, bomb squad, fire, you can see ambulances are all still here from many different agencies. We have Charleston County there and Sullivan's Island Fire. We have agencies from City of Charleston to Mount Pleasant, all here on scene. And again, people living here in Sullivan's Island have been getting emails saying that anyone who has noticed previously noticed a white powdery substance in their mailbox to call the Charleston County Dispatch and telling people right now to do not approach or open their mailbox until further notice. Now, Bill and Debbie, I'm going to stay here, continue to try and gather more information on what this powdery substance was that they're seeing on mailboxes, and hopefully we'll get some results soon. I'll send it back to you guys from live on Sullivan's Island. Colby Satterfield, Live 5 News.
Colby, thank you. Now, back to that breaking story out of downtown Charleston. Right now, one woman recovering at MUSC Hospital after she was shot on Meeting Street near 180 Place this afternoon. Charleston police say the suspect who knew the woman shot her about 2 this afternoon. That man now in police custody. Karina Bolster at the scene of the shooting right now. Karina, do we know a motive yet for the shooting?
Bill, at this point, no motive has been announced. However, they continue to interrogate this suspect who is now in police custody. But what we do know is the scene cleared here just about an hour ago. This is behind a building that's on Meeting Street here. They were interviewing witnesses and collecting evidence. What we're being told from a witness is that he was sitting here along the wall here, and that's when a man came up with a gun and started shooting at a woman nearby. He says that man actually the witness says he rolled into this bush right here to avoid getting shot at. Several construction workers nearby tell me they heard up to 15 shots fired. That's how many gunshots they heard. Now, the witness says he called 911 and then tried to help the victim as best he could until EMS was able to arrive. We do know the woman was alert and conscious when she was taken to the hospital. At this point, authorities have not yet released the name of the victim or of the suspect. We are still waiting to hear more information regarding this case. Live in downtown Charleston, Karina Bolster, Live 5 News.
Right now we have blue skies above our West Ashley studios, but we want to give you the first alert to the chance of rain and the possibility of a snowflake or two. I'm here in our First Alert Weather Center with our chief meteorologist, Bill Walsh. Bill, the good news is?
Well, it won't be any big deal. Not like a couple of weeks ago, right? This isn't going to be a big event. It's not going to be ice on the roads or anything.
Thankfully.
Could see some snowflakes back away from the coast, kind of mixing because this cold.
Probably around my house in Berkeley County.
You're probably right. Let's go to the big wall here and you see what's going on. As we take a look right now, we have that Arctic blast diving down behind this cold front into tomorrow. On one side of the front should be mild. Probably going to see some rain showers as the cold front passes. On the other side, very cold air, so you might see a few snowflakes kind of mixing with some of those rain showers. When to expect that and where? Well, that's what we use Future Tracker for. 6 in the morning shouldn't be a problem out the door. Again, unless you're west of I-95, I'll put the clock into motion. By lunchtime, look at that, some rain showers in the area. However, just on the other side of I-95, you might be seeing a few snowflakes kind of mixing back away from the coast. And then look at this by, say, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Again, a few rain showers along the coast and back away from the coast, upper Berkeley, parts of, say, Clarendon County, Williamsburg County, even upper Dorchester. You might see a couple of snowflakes flying, and then that cold air kicks in, and then as it does, any leftover moisture might fall in the form of a few snowflakes, but we don't expect any kind of accumulation, ice problems, anything like that. So bottom line, here's what to expect as we roll into tomorrow. Mostly going to see just a rain event with maybe a couple of snow showers mixing. Temperatures do, for the most part, stay above freezing. And again, no accumulation. We'll talk more about that. And what about a warm-up? I've got more on that coming up. Stick around.
Bill, thank you. And because of tonight's colder temperatures, a local warming shelter will soon open its doors. Aldersgate Winter Warming Shelter will be open tonight at 7 for those seeking a warm place to stay. That's off Remount Road in North Charleston. You must register, though, before 9 tonight. Dinner is provided.
Right now, we are taking a live look at the Don Holt, which is one of many areas you say needs major improvement when it comes to traffic. Today is the final day for those of you here in the Low Country to give your input on the Regional Transit Framework Plan. So far, most people are saying the main areas that could use some form of public transportation, the 526 corridor. Michael Higdon is live on I-526 near Savannah Highway. Michael, what else does this study show us?
Well, Debbie, it's funny because the data that has already been collected really shows people who either live here in West Ashley or who live in Mount Pleasant across the Don Holt Bridge, but who work on the opposite side, so maybe in North Charleston or on Daniel Island, they say that there really is not an easy way to get to the other side via public transportation. One of the reasons is because there aren't very many stops, and the other is the traffic. Here in West Ashley, we're not seeing very many cars coming into the Savannah Highway area, but you're taking a look at the Don Holt Bridge right now, and we know that is a very different story. So with this online meeting, with this public information, transportation officials are hoping to put together a plan that will better serve the community. So this study has been going on for 8 months at this point, and the goal is to look at areas that need more and faster options with public transportation, and the hope is that if there are better options, there are less cars on the roadways and in turn less traffic for you. Today, the last day for this phase that you can comment via the public comment period. Again, that's for this phase, though. All of that information, if you'd like to say your opinion, is found on our website at live5news.com. Just click on this story. Reporting live in West Ashley, I'm Michael Higdon, Live 5 News.
All right, Michael, thanks. We are checking on your first alert traffic right now, and let's take a look at the Arthur Ravenel Bridge right now. That's looking pretty good. Let's jump up to our North Charleston. That's not looking so good as you take a look right there. It's stop and go as you make your way into the North Charleston area on the Don Holt Bridge. We'll keep you posted there. Also, the merge lanes right now, things are very, very slow going as you try to make your way from 526 and 26 on the westbound side. You can see right there, still on the red side. 526 as a whole westbound's being backed up because of that mess we just talked about, even on the other side of Clemens Ferry Road. And as far as the Westmoreland Bridge, that's kind of slowed up right there as you approach from Leeds Avenue. 61 also pretty busy, really from the split all the way back down towards, say, Sam Rittenberg, and then beyond up toward the Gardens. Savannah Highway has been slow. All the arteries coming out of town, though, are moving. We'll keep you posted on that here in just a few minutes.
Right now, the University of South Carolina investigating what appear to be racist signs at the school's African American Studies building. These signs appeared over a photo collage of famous African Americans. The school issued this statement on Twitter saying this: "These messages absolutely do not reflect what we believe as Carolinians. Thank you for bringing this to our attention. We have forwarded to university administrators for investigation." Right now, 4 police officers recovering in York County this afternoon. They were shot after responding to a domestic violence call late last night. The sheriff of York County is asking for prayers tonight for one deputy who remains in critical condition. The shooting happened about 10 last night. Ashley Holland is in York County right now. She joins us live at the sheriff's office with the latest. Ashley, what can you tell us?
The sheriff came out just a few hours ago to update us on the condition of his men that were shot. He says that one of his 3 deputies is still in critical condition, just fighting for his life. The other 2, he says, have non-life-threatening injuries. And there was also another police officer who was shot and injured who made it out of surgery and is recovering. But taking you back to the scene last night, neighbors we spoke with had quite the shock. The suspect is 47-year-old Christian McCall. Deputies were called to his home in York County around 10 last night for a domestic incident involving his wife, we're told. And after that, McCall allegedly ran from the house during the search for him and started shooting and hit the 4 officers hours later. We asked the sheriff how the officers are doing emotionally, and he said they're devastated and shaken but supporting each other. The sheriff says that his office had been called to the McCall house for a domestic dispute back a couple years ago, back in 2015, when the now suspect was then listed as the victim. But we're told his wife in this incident now has non-life-threatening injuries she is recovering from, and we've just been promised an update on the detective who's listed in critical condition whenever that information is available, be it a change for the better or worse. Live in York, I'm Ashley Holland for Live 5 News.
Ashley, thank you. Behind me, a live look over the Isle of Palms, where right now City Council members just approved $500,000 to dredge local beaches to get sand. This is to make up for the sand lost to Hurricane Irma. Brad Stryker is on the Isle of Palms with more.
Hurricane Irma took a pretty big bite out of the Isle of Palms coastline. The city estimates that the storm removed about 281,000 cubic yards of sand from the beaches. That's sand city leaders are looking to replace. The city already has a dredging project that it's funding. City Council is discussing the possibility of paying an extra $500,000 to that project. That would be to dredge the extra sand that was taken by Hurricane Irma. Mayor-elect Jimmy Carroll says that would save the city a lot of money. It would mean that the city wouldn't have to pay for a separate dredge to come out to IOP at a later date, and that's something that would cost an extra hundreds of thousands of dollars. City Council members are discussing a wide range of options for how they're going to pay for the extra dredging, but Mayor-elect Jimmy Carroll says that the money will most likely come from the city's tourism funds. Reporting on the Isle of Palms, I'm Brad Stryker, Live 5 News.
And a traffic alert to remind you about lane closures start tonight at 8 o'clock along Ashley River Road and Sam Rittenberg Boulevard. Crews will be out removing and replacing pavement. It's part of the project to improve the intersection there and also relieve some congestion in that busy area. A major snowstorm impacting the south. A look at the latest conditions as a state of emergency is declared in Alabama.